Hi everyone. So I am here today because a lot of things have been coming up for me surrounding manifesting generators and priorities. And the reason this is coming up is because I have finally initiated my next step into really setting my priorities. It's something that a lot of people in general can struggle with. However, manifesting generators, we have a really hard time at setting priorities because we have our head in so many different spaces. We want to be doing this and this and this, and we have these ideas, and we want to make this happen, and all of these things. Because we're constantly creating these ideas in our head, we want so many different paths that we don't always see like a clear way forward as to which one we want to take at the moment. So it's really important to sit with it and see which ones are feeling like that major tug. Like, what are you really wanting to do right now, and how can you get there? What are you going to need to do? What kind of steps are you going to need to take? And sorry, my computer screen just went blank. So it's just really important to figure out which of these things you actually want to move forward with, instead of which things are just ideas or potentially somebody else's ideas, because we have a habit of picking up on other people's energies and ideas and things that they're currently working on and what they want to be doing. And so we pick up these ideas and we're like, oh, this is a really good idea. And it does. It sounds like an amazing idea, like patent that shit, right? However, it's someone else who's going to be taking that and running, which is typically why you never go with it. And then months down the road, you think, oh, I had that idea, I should have gone with it. There's a reason you didn't. That wasn't yours. You're just picking up on somebody else's. However, with your ideas, the big things, whether it's work, finances, hobbies, love, anything of that sort, it is so important for manifesting generators to put it down on paper. We can say, oh, I'll remember this, but then when it comes down to it, we don't. We work best when we actually have a list in front of us that says, these are the steps that I'm going to take today, no matter how small it is. If it's something that you want, if you want to market your business and you don't know where to start, it could be as little as putting down on a piece of paper that I am going to call someone who's going to give me some ideas on how to market this business today. And it could be that small. It doesn't have to be anything more than that, just taking one step at a time in order to make one of your priorities happen. And it's totally fine to be working on multiple priorities at once. I will give you an example for myself. I am in the process of growing my business and transitioning my business more from body work to coaching. And that's been it's been a long time coming. It's been 7 years since I've been wanting to step into that direction more. And I'm taking the human design into my coaching, which is why I'm doing the transition instead of doing body work more. I'm still going to be doing both of them, so I will be marketing for both aspects. And other things that are important to me are making sure that I climb on a regular basis. I rock climb. I live here in Boulder, Colorado. It's perfect, and I love being outdoors doing it. And so the other day I said, oh, I need more people to climb with. I don't know that many people. I have one climbing partner, and we don't always get to climb together. So it was a priority of mine to meet people who climb. And so I just wrote that down. And here's the beauty of it. Being a manifesting generator, you just putting it down on paper sets the motion for the universe to bring it to you. So I put it down on paper, and sure enough, 2 days later, a message came through on Meetup, and I met this new woman who, she was looking for a climbing partner, and then 2 other people chimed in, and both these other women got a hold of me, and I'm going out on Sunday, and then again on Wednesday, and again Saturday. So it was like this instant thing that happened because I made it a priority. I saw myself struggling with it and thinking, how am I going to climb if I don't have these other people? And it's been hard to meet them at the gym. So I did that simple, and it came in, and it's amazing. And another example is I've been wanting to get more into networking, into the healing realm, because I have so many different modalities. And I wasn't sure how to do that. I kept trying to figure out, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? So I wrote it down that I want to make this many new clients by XYZ. And oddly enough, I get a random phone call from this woman in San Diego where I used to live. And I thought she misunderstood and that she thought I was still living in San Diego, but she knew that I was here in Colorado now, and she was given my number by someone I went to school with a long time ago, and she is part of this amazing network group that connects healers all around the world to people who are looking for those specific modalities, and it's literally happening all over the world. There's about 7,000 clients worldwide at this point. And so it's a groundbreaking thing. It's still very new. And I became part of it today after I wrote down last week that I want something to step in as far as networking so I can grow my business and start helping more people. And so that happened. And it's been a progression. And so the other thing that I'm looking to do is really open myself up to romance. It's been many years, but I've been having these different feelings come up that it's time. I'm ready to allow somebody into my life and to integrate another being into my existence. And it's been a while, but it was a priority of mine because I felt those feelings start to come up, and instead of suppressing them and be like, no, I have too much to do, I'm concentrating on my business, I'm doing this, really pushing it off like I have been for quite some time now, I realized that no, these feelings are coming up for a reason, and I want to make that a priority. And so I wrote that down, and it's been really powerful to see what's come into my life. Now, there are things that I haven't exactly reached out for because I'm allowing it to come to me, and that energy, a lot of people as a manifesting generator, they're intimidated by us and they don't know how to say what they want to say. And so it takes a really strong person to approach me. And there's been a couple who have, and it's been pretty mind-blowing to see that energy and to think wow, that is really sexy that these people were able to walk up to me or to communicate with me and say this. And so that's just been the progression since I allowed that aspect to become a priority. Where that's going to go, I don't know. But again, it's that same thing. It's about us setting priorities and really writing it down and then giving it the space to transform into whatever it's supposed to transform into. And that's a little bit difficult for us to do. The waiting period is the hardest part for manifesting generators because we want to go, go, go. And slowing down for us is difficult because we're constantly on that chatter, got to get this done, I want to do this, I want to do this. And we will do so many amazing things in this life because we constantly have that energy as long as we give ourselves that space to pull back and wait and see what comes in so we can take the next step. And I spoke about that in my last video, how important it is to do the dance with the universe. Put something out there, then step back and let it give, the next step. And then you go and then it goes, and then you go and it goes. And it's a really beautiful thing. And I really just want to see if you could give it a shot. Just put it down on paper. Every day, if you have something come to you that you want to do, write it down on paper and let it happen. And I'm talking little steps. You don't have to do giant steps. I mean, if you're in that space and you feel like you can, great, go for it. That's fantastic. I just think it's those small steps that we need to take because we're so aware of the big picture. It's the small steps that we're always missing and that we're always trying to step over. And those are the most important steps in life. It's about finding those small steps and being in them and enjoying them and knowing that that is part of the bigger picture. Just because we're not leaping bounds like we want to, it is part of the big picture. And so definitely give that a shot and see how it goes. And a lot of people have been asking, why do I do this? Why do I do coaching? Why do I do massage and nutrition and the whole 9 yards, whatever I do? And I wanted to say a little bit about me because there's a lot of people out there who are jumping into fields with no experience. They don't really have a handle on who they are as a person or where they want to be. And for me, that's kind of been my biggest, I would say, battle and good standing ground, because I've always had a really good sense of who I am and where I want to go. But it's taken me so much to get there. I've had a lot of trauma in life, a lot of death, a lot of illness, a lot of loss, a lot of grief, a lot of just it's been a long journey, and it's been important for me to learn how to turn that around and share it with people. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because of my experience and everything that I've been through, and how it's given me the ability to really help others to navigate their lives and troubles that they're going through. And so I'm really thankful for that. And it's taken me a while to really want to step into it, which is why I chose bodywork, because I didn't have to use my voice for so long when I was going through a lot of things with my body as far as health concerns were taken into consideration. And so that's why I do this. I do this because I can almost relate to everybody who's going through something in their life. And that's rare. You know, a lot of people can relate to one or two things, but across the board, I can relate to losing parents on both sides, both of them. All of my grandparents, except for one at this point, I lost a lover, and the amount of cancer that has surrounded my family and my friends, and you know, deep illness within myself where I almost died, and near-death experiences, and being in the hospital, and all of these things, and gender identity issues as a child, and just the whole 9 yards. I can really relate to so many people, and this is why I do this. You know, this is why I jumped into the human design, because I knew that there was something so much more to me that I needed to understand in order to be able to share what I've been through, and being able to help people with what they're going through, and finding my voice to guide them in whatever way possible. And by no means am I looking for people to accept what I say as their truth. I just know that there have been moments in my life where someone's words, even if it was just one sentence, stuck with me for the rest of my life. And that is what I seek to do in this life, is if I can give someone one sentence that just like really shifts their entire way of thinking, or their day, you know, just brightens their day, or makes them feel like they can move on in this life and really become something other than their trauma. You know, having PTSD, we strongly believe like we're not going to get anywhere, we're just always going to be like this, but that's not true. That is not true, and we can overcome these things, and we can really just take steps every day to become the best version of ourselves. And that is why I do what I do. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to try to keep this fairly short today, but I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have commented and sent me messages and found me on Instagram to send me messages. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope that you can take steps every day to manifesting your dreams, and doing so on a basis of it being slow and being okay with that. All right, you guys have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.